Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. This video is special because Shanice from the Carbetarian is actually taking over this channel. I am doing a semi-monthly, maybe bi-monthly series called From Your Bowl, in which I feature other content creators and allow them to use my platform to share their awesome recipes. So if you want to learn more about that, there's going to be a full blog post below about that concept. And there will also be a link to Shanice's recipe. But now I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you what we're going to be making today.
Hey there, my name is Shanice White, aka the Carbetarian. I am a mathematician, mechanical engineer, and vegan food blogger, and I create simple, delicious vegan recipes for other very busy people. So I actually went vegan about 3 years ago, and I've always really loved to cook. I grew up in a household where we cooked all the time. Our mom would always call us down to the kitchen and be like, hey, it's time to make dinner. And, we'll be sitting there with our notebooks trying to take notes to cook because we just love food. Food's always been a very big, epicenter of the way that we come together. So since going vegan, I started to, kind of re-experiment with foods, obviously trying to recreate foods that I had as a kid that I absolutely adore and love so much. And so now here we are, and I've been vegan for over 3 years, and my love of cooking is just still one of the greatest things in my life. And so when Caitlin said that I could be featured on her blog, I figured I wanted to share with you guys something really awesome because I want to kind of bring a piece of my culture to you. So Jamaican rice and peas, or Caribbean rice and peas, is one of my favorite things that my mom makes. And so I figured it would be the perfect recipe to share with you guys. So essentially, you have, your brown rice, some people use black-eyed peas, but we have recently been using pinto beans, and it's so good and it's so easy. And, coconut cream or coconut milk and a ton of other spices. And it is just the coziest, most amazing, delicious meal. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Every time I see my mom, I'm just like, Mom, you're gonna make some rice and peas, right? And she always makes a huge pot. So I really hope you guys enjoy this recipe. It's near and dear to my heart and to, all the memories of me growing up as a kid and to my culture. And I hope you guys love it so much. If you do, definitely let me know at the Carbetarian on Instagram. And I can't wait to hear from you. Hope you enjoy.
So obviously, as you can see from that video, Shanice is adorable. She's a great cook, and her food is going to be really delicious. So if you're not already following her on social media, all of her links are below. But for now, let's get into the recipe. All right, let's make some Jamaican rice and peas. This recipe requires very few ingredients that are also very budget friendly. So to start out, we're going to heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil in a large pot over medium heat. Then we're going to add in some diced green pepper, red bell pepper, and yellow onion, followed by a teaspoon of minced garlic, which is between 2 and 3 cloves. So then we're going to saute this for 2 to 3 minutes until the peppers and onion become more translucent. And then we're going to add in some pinto beans. I'm using canned beans, and you just want to drain them and rinse them well before adding them to the pot. Now we're going to add in some brown sugar and some spices. We got garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, adobo seasoning, and salt. This is actually the incorrect adobo seasoning, so see the recipe notes. It shouldn't have paprika in it, but that was one my store had. But anyways, we're going to saute this until the spices get nice and incorporated within the oil mixture, which is going to distribute throughout the dish and add more flavor, So then we're going to add in a can of coconut milk, stir this in so the spices dissolve into that. And then we're going to simmer this for around 5 minutes or so, again, to incorporate the spices into the mixture. So it's going to infuse more into the coconut milk, which is going to infuse into our rice. But first, while that is simmering, we're going to take a green onion, cut it in half lengthwise, and then use your hands to crush it up. This is going to release some of the juices in the oils. And we're going to drop this into the coconut milk mixture as it simmers, and it just adds a lot more flavor. And this actually completely dissolves into the recipe as it cooks. I thought this was a really unique way to add flavor. I had never done this before, so I was really interested when Shanice did this in the recipe. So now we're going to add in some boiling water. I just warmed it up on my kettle. You could also do this on the stovetop. You're going to need 2 cups of that. So add that to the pot, mix it well so everything is evenly incorporated. And then we're going to bring this to a brisk boil. So you want to raise the heat to medium, high, or high. Bring it to a very bubbly boil like so. And then we're going to add in 2 cups of brown long grain rice, and you want to rinse your rice with water until the water runs clear before you add it to the pot. So once you add your rice in, you're gonna stir it around, and then now begins the process of cooking over a longer period of time. So you're going to reduce the heat so the mixture stays at a simmer, so medium, low, and you're going to stir the rice and then cover the pot. And we're going to cook this for a total of probably 20 to 35 minutes. It really depends on the size of your pot and how warm it is. But you're going to remove the lid from the pot every 5 minutes or so, just to stir the mixture together to make sure none of the rice is sticking to the bottom of the pan and all of the flavors are being incorporated. I've been saying incorporated a lot in this video. I know it's my trademark thing, but anyways. So as you can see, over time, the rice is starting to absorb more of the liquid. And it's okay that some of the steam is coming off of the rice as you open the pot, because there's extra liquid basically with the coconut milk and the water. So as you can see, it's starting to get pretty thick. And once it gets about to this thickness where the rice and the liquid is mostly absorbed, you're going to cover the pot with a piece of tin foil and then put the lid of the pot on. I've never done this before, but Shanice said that this creates an extra tight seal around the pot so none of the steam can escape. So we're going to cook this on low heat for about 15 minutes and then let it sit for 5 minutes to allow the rice to fully absorb the liquid and the steam. So you get similar to this texture once it's done cooking. You can give everything a good stir just to make sure the rice is cooked. You can also taste it as well. If it's a little crunchy still, you can let it sit on low heat or let it sit a little bit longer to further steam. But this is what we are looking for. And that is pretty much it. You can serve it as desired. I decided to use the leftover green parts of my green onion to top my bowl as a little extra punch of oniony goodness and flavor. And that's it. This recipe can easily be doubled to make a larger batch, or it can be shrunken down if you just want a smaller dish, but this will serve, I'd say, between 4 and 6 people, and it's super hearty and delicious. All right, guys, that is it for this one. I hope you make this recipe because it is so flavorful and delicious. Shanice tested the recipe, and then obviously I filmed it for the YouTube channel. And it just smelled so good while I was making it. And I also love how it's super budget friendly too. You can get all these ingredients at any standard grocery store, and it's also really filling and hearty because you got your rice and beans, some fat, some carbs, some protein, all the good stuff. So please be sure to check it out. And also, like I said, support Shanice on social media as well. So I hope you guys are having a great day and continue to have one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.